it all comes from a kind of a motto, a kind of a philosophy we have at Lille Bournet, and that's worldwide. And we quite follow it strictly in Brazil, which is putting people right at the center of what we do. It's not consumer, it's not the buyer, it's not the influencer, it's the individual, the person as a whole. And when you think of that, and when you think of their behavior, well, you can open so many new opportunities and new doors to convey a communication that is far more relevant. In the case of Vitória, which is the football team, and Emoba, which is the blood bank, they were our clients. What happened was that Emoba came up to us to ask for a blood donation campaign. They were very low in their blood banks levels, and they've asked us for a very usual and common blood donation campaign. And the first thing we thought was, look, if we access people just as donators, that won't fly. Imagine the effort we would have to do to make people take public transportation, cross the city, sit in a very uncomfortable chair, sting the needle and give blood in a very kind of discomfort situation just because they are donators. But on the other side, what we thought was these people need to find affinity, and affinity was the key insight we found in order to bring up all the creative work that developed afterwards. So one thing is to donate blood to somebody that you know by person, or is somebody from your friend's family. You build affinity, and that moves you, and that makes you cross the whole city in order to give blood. But not only persons, and especially in Brazil, people feel affinity. And then we started thinking, what sort of other entities Brazilians would feel a lot of affinity, and of course the first one that came up to our minds was football, and it was their football team. Somebody is literally, a Brazilian is literally able or compelled to give blood for its team. People would tattoo the team's symbol in their arms. So we thought, what if we invite people to donate blood for their team instead of for somebody that they wouldn't have any kind of affinity, and from that initial insight, which was find what would bring affinity to people, and the football team would be one of the best examples of that, just kick-started the creative process.